Have you ever asked yourself this uncomfortable question? Why do some men work hard for decades and still end up financially fragile? Same hours, same intelligence, same access to information. Yet one man compounds power, the other compounds stress. And no, it's not luck. It's not capitalism. It's not the economy. It's a rule. A rule almost every struggling man breaks early and keeps breaking daily, long before the bank balance proves it. And the reason no one explains this clearly? Because once you see it, you stop being profitable to other people. So today, we're doing what your teachers didn't, what your parents couldn't articulate, and what your financial gurus won't say plainly. This isn't about getting rich fast. This is about why men stay poor by behavior, not income. And if this video makes you uncomfortable, good. And that means it's working. Poverty is a behavior, not a number. Let's dismantle the first lie. Poverty is not a bank balance. Poverty is a pattern. You can earn $2,000 a month and be building wealth. You can earn $20,000 a month and still be broke. Because wealth doesn't start with money. It starts with control. Control over your reactions, your time, your decisions, your ego. Men who stay poor usually believe the opposite. They think, once I earn more, I'll behave better. That is backwards. Your behavior creates your income ceiling, not the other way around. And there is one rule, above all others, that determines whether a man ever escapes that ceiling. The rule: emotion must never touch money. Here's the rule men break. You must never let emotion drive financial decisions. Simple sentence. Brutal implications. Yes, because most men don't lose money due to ignorance. They lose it because of emotion disguised as logic. Let's break it down. Emotional spending. Buying things to feel respected. Buying things to feel ahead. Buying things to feel like you made it. That's not consumption. That's compensation. Emotional investing. Chasing hype. Panicking during downturns. Jumping strategies because someone on YouTube sounded confident. Emotional earning. Quitting too early. Staying too long out of fear. Avoiding uncomfortable growth because it threatens identity. Money doesn't respond to effort. It responds to discipline under boredom. And boredom is where emotional men collapse. Why most men can't follow this rule. Here's the uncomfortable part. Men are taught to react, not regulate. From childhood, react to disrespect, react to pressure, react to fear, react to desire. And then suddenly, we expect men to be calm, long-term thinkers with money? That's like teaching someone to sprint their whole life and then blaming them for failing a marathon. Most men don't fail financially because they're lazy. They fail because they're impulsive under stress. And the system loves this, because impulsive men overspend, overborrow, overreact, overconsume. They are predictable. Predictable people are profitable. Why your CPA never tells you this, let me ask you something. Why does your accountant talk about tax brackets, deductions, compliance, but never about behavior? Because they aren't paid to fix you. They're paid to manage numbers after your habits already damage them. No one gets rich teaching restraint. Your restraint doesn't sell. Impulse sells. That's why financial ads target emotion, gurus sell urgency. Influencers sell lifestyle, not discipline. The economy doesn't collapse from poor people. It collapses from undisciplined earners. The 4 emotions that keep men poor. Let's get specific. There are 4 emotional drivers behind most male financial failure. 1. Impatience. Men want results before structure. They want fast money, fast recognition, fast validation, But wealth compounds slowly and punishes haste. 2. Ego demands visible success, comparison, proof. Ego buys depreciating assets and calls it rewarding yourself. 3. Fear keeps men stuck in bad jobs, afraid to specialize, afraid to delay gratification. Fear disguises itself as being realistic. 4. Boredom. This one destroys more men than failure. But wealth requires repetition. Boring repetition. Most men sabotage themselves not from lack of ability, but from hatred of boredom. The difference between rich men and broke men. Here's the difference, stated plainly. Broke men react. Wealthy men pre-decide. Wealthy men decide how much they spend before they earn, how they invest before opportunity appears, how they respond before pressure hits. Broke men decide in the moment. The moment is the enemy, because the moment is emotional. Why discipline feels like poverty. At first, this part trips men up. Discipline feels like lack. Not buying what you can afford feels like you're behind. Not upgrading feels like you're stuck. But discipline isn't deprivation. It's delayed identity. Most men want the identity first. The lifestyle, the status, the image. Wealthy men earn the identity last. The hidden cost of small decisions. Poverty is rarely caused by one big mistake. It's caused by 1,000 small emotional decisions. I deserve this. It's not that much. I'll fix it later. Later is where men stay poor. Later is where discipline goes to die. The rule applied to time. Money is stored time. If you waste time emotionally, you waste money indirectly. Scrolling, arguing, overthinking, comparing. These aren't neutral activities. They drain cognitive capital. Wealth requires mental quiet. Noise creates poverty faster than low income. How men self-sabotage right before breakthrough. This is brutal, but true. Most men break the rule right before progress compounds. And they upgrade lifestyle too early, relax discipline too soon, assume momentum equals safety. Momentum is fragile. Discipline must outlast motivation. What following the rule actually looks like. Let's make this practical. Following the rule means you decide spending rules in calm moments. You invest on logic, not excitement. You delay rewards until systems are stable. You don't change strategy under pressure. It's boring. That's why it works. Why this rule feels unfair. You'll notice something. Men who break the rule often look happier at first. They enjoy consumption, praise, attention, until the bill arrives. Wealth is quiet early, loud later. Poverty is loud early, silent later. The moment you must not break the rule. There is one moment when men break this rule most. Right after a win, a bonus, a raise. Be a good month. That's when ego wakes up. That's when discipline is tested. Wealthy men treat wins like nothing happened. That's the secret. Why most men will ignore this video? Let's be honest. Most men won't apply this because it requires emotional maturity, boredom, tolerance, delayed identity. That's rare. Most men want tactics. This is character. Character doesn't trend. Final warning. If emotion continues to touch your money, your income will never save you. More money without discipline just accelerates collapse. The rule is simple. Following it is not. And now you understand why some men never escape. If this made you uncomfortable, leave a comment and say, "Discipline before desire." If you're tired of surface-level advice and want the rules men actually ignore, subscribe. This channel isn't about motivation. It's about control. Because wealth doesn't reward effort. It rewards men who stop reacting.